arrangement of offices in the front of the building and warerooms at the back, and is an example of the technology of glass and steel that emerged from the Industrial Revolution. Due to war damage and subsequent demolition, York House is left freestanding in an area of the city zoned for rebuilding as a museum of science and technology. This museum, which will be set up as a combined venture between the city, university, and the Institute of Science, will cover the whole of the defined site and is proposed for building within the next 10 years.
We propose that the City of Manchester should acquire York House as accommodation for the first phase of the Science Museum, the building being a fine example itself of a textile warehouse and therefore Manchester's history, and also the advantage of having a structure and plan form more suitable for conversion. It is in direct contrast to the contemporary buildings adjacent. Its very form asserts its right to be in Manchester, whereas the other buildings could just as easily have been built in Rotterdam or Johannesburg. It is interesting to compare the main street elevation, executed in the personal classic style of the time, with the back glass facade, which is completely contemporary in character.
Joe, this was originally designed as a textile warehouse, I understand. What are they using it for now?
It's been taken over by the Mather College as an annex building for classrooms, lecture rooms, and so forth. So the problems of heating and electricity and so forth, which would have been necessary in a building which they were thinking of using, the committee, are already here. There's a new elevator and so forth.
So all the plumbing and engineering, in fact, exists?
Yes, yes. Very little cost would have to be involved with these aspects.
But in your model here, you're keeping this very characteristically exciting window section, but in fact you seem to have done some alterations on the floors.
Yes, well,
would you like to explain that?
Yes, well, the idea, of course, is to provide exhibition spaces for machinery, looms, high machines, and so forth.
Of all sizes?
Yes, of all sizes.
Yeah.
So the building as it stands with floors of 10'8" wouldn't do for this purpose.
No.
And simultaneously, the idea of cutting back the floors away from this glass wall to express the glass wall and to allow light to penetrate into the space from above seemed very exciting to us. So we've left the structure, which perhaps would have to be reinforced with bridges and so forth.
It's steel, is it, or concrete?
Yes, it's steel.
It's just a cast iron structure.
It's cast iron,
It's a
is
cast
it?
iron
Really?
structure at the moment, and the idea was to leave certain of the floors in, which would provide stability.
Could I ask, are there any problems of weight likely to arise? I mean, these things in modern form would have to
the more heavy machinery would be kept to the lower floors, and the lighter.
So in fact you would get light down on that floor right from the very top, which would be very exciting, wouldn't it?
This is what we were after.
Yeah.
Rather than having it more typical museum where you go from floor to floor, we thought it would be exciting to have one large space with a series, in effect, of balconies and mezzanines, and with interconnecting them with new ramps and staircases to entice people to go from space to space.
So you can also see where you've been and where you're going, that's like you can in the Guggenheim in New York. Same sort of principle.
Yes.
Yes.
I think this comes over very well in the model, that you could, in actual fact, see the space from here. One could see up to this level and also back again. And as one went up the ramp, one would see where one was coming from.
And in the same effect, you would be seeing the machinery itself, the exhibited things from different levels, which could be quite exciting.
And as a lot of this machinery would probably be working, this would be a good...
Oh, that's so exciting, yes.
Well, the thing is that in this building, in its section, it really personifies all the details of warehouse architecture within the city of Manchester. If we could explain this in greater detail by some of Joe's sketches.
We thought it would be interesting to develop the old lorry bays as a new entrance for the public to come in, because conceivably the old entrance would be too small for many people coming in. So again, you see here maintaining the character of the old building, but opening it up to the interior.
And this is all pedestrian treated as terracing, really, is it?
Yes.
Outdoor exhibits, maybe?
Yes, outdoor machines could be
I see.
painted with a protective...
Yes. Once you've got in, what happens next then? Or another view of the outside there.
Yes, this is another view showing how the park could come around and take in the back of the building as well.
I see. That's a marvelous view, isn't it?
Here again you see the possibility of large machines being shown in these open spaces and people being able to view them from balconies and mezzanines.
And this great shelf of light that goes right up on the left side there.
Yes, and we thought it could be very interesting, it seems fairly obvious, to develop this as a greenhouse and to put along these shelves plants which would grow very well on that side because this is a south orientation, you see.
Very nice. Help screen the glare, which I suppose...
Yes.
Oh, you've got blinds though, haven't you?
Yes, it could be with blinds also, but it would provide a very nice contrast with the machinery, we think.
Does this go all the way up? Similar?
It would be going up to the lecture theatre, which could be on the 6th floor.
Have you got a drawing of that? Or is it,
no, we don't have a drawing of that.
Oh, what's this?
This is proposed coffee lounge.
Where would that be? On the ground floor or higher up?
This is on the very top.
Oh, right up here?
Yes, it's not shown on this model, but on the very top you have a room with a very large skylight in the roof. And this also could have access onto the roof below, providing a sort of outdoor patio.
Well, first of all, congratulations on having made a splendid job with this. But I think even more exciting to me than the job you made of it is the fact that I can't see the reason why it shouldn't be carried out, which is always the most exciting thing, because as I understand it, you've got a super building in the right place, isn't it? Isn't this where the city wants their museum to be?
It's one of the considerations, yes.
See, it's exactly the right sort of building. It's fully converted, virtually. The exhibits all exist, although I think, isn't it true they're in temporary storage?
Yes. They're not open to the public.
Nobody can see them?
No.
No, and the conditions they're in are not all that they should be.
So there's absolutely every reason, financial, economic, aesthetic, historically, why this is a smashing idea, and I do hope the city and everybody will press for this idea to go forward. I can't see it failing, can you?